Completing the Wolong Fallen Dynasty demo by September 25th will unlock the Crouching Dragon helmet in the full game once it launches in early 2023. To do it, you'll first need to find and download the Wolong Fallen Dynasty demo on either Xbox Series X/S or PlayStation 5. Once you've gotten into the demo, go ahead and start a new game and create your character. For this walkthrough, I went with the Fire phase. I recommend completing the tutorial to get acquainted with the game's controls and various mechanics, but I won't be covering it here. The first step of this walkthrough is to raise all of the flags in the zone. This will max out our Fortitude, which will in turn ensure our morale, indicated by the number above your health bar, is always at max rank, even after defeat. Morale makes you stronger in combat and is required to cast certain wizardries, so it's essential that we max it out. 3 of the flags in this zone require defeating a boss standing guard before they can be raised, so we'll save those for last. For now, we will avoid nearly all enemies and pick up strong weapons and armor along the path to raise all of the unguarded flags. You can rest and respawn at the battle flags, and raising them increases Fortitude by 2, while the smaller marking flags cannot be rested at and only increase Fortitude by 1. There is a weak point in this bridge that will collapse when run on, so make sure to jump over it instead. Raising either of these flags will replenish any lost hit points, and as you'll see later in the walkthrough, raising the battle flags that are guarded by bosses increases Fortitude by 3. Vault up a couple of walls to a side path and raise the secluded marking flag before doubling back to the main path. There is a Morale 20 boss that we can run past to reach another battle flag. We will then need to run past the boss once more to continue on our way. You can snag the gold pickups that it guards if you want, but personally I didn't use any of those items. If you die, it's not a big deal as you'll respawn at that nearby battle flag, and we don't currently have any genuine key, which functions similarly to Elden Ring's runes, to lose. In general, you'll want to grab any of the gold pickups you spot here on out as they contain purple or better items, which we will need to handle the final boss of the demo. After raising the battle flag that increases your Fortitude to 9, you can jump and drop attack an enemy guarding a nearby golden pickup, which should contain a purple chest armor, then drop down once more and continue on your way. We'll quickly grab some purple bracers before heading to the next marking flag. Nearby this flag is my favorite weapon in the entire demo, the golden paired swords of Aspiration. There is also a gold single sword, Heaven's Reliance, guarded by a tiger. I'm not sure if it's guaranteed, but I also got a purple assassin cap from the same pickup. Grab the gold pickup near some monstrous mermaids before heading into the waterlogged cave. You can avoid the NPC invader Zhang, though I will say that he never re-invaded when I went through the demo on PS5. However, he did re-invade me on the Xbox version of the demo. Even if Zhang bugs out and fails to re-invade later on, defeating him isn't required to complete the demo, and you'll have a very difficult time defeating him at this point. Past another tiger enemy is the final marking flag. We'll continue moving through the tunnel and open up a shortcut to quickly return near the start of the level, where we can begin clearing bosses. I recommend defeating the one spellcaster mob before opening the shortcut door, otherwise he will interrupt you with lightning strikes. While I forgot to do it on my PS5 playthrough, this is a good spot to take a moment and equip the golden paired swords of Aspiration, along with any purple or gold armor pieces that you've picked up along the way. We'll run past the bird boss once again and head towards the start of the level. We'll also run past the tiger boss and kick down a ladder which serves as another shortcut before continuing on to the first boss guarded battle flag of this zone. It's guarded by a Morale 5 soldier, which should be fairly trivial to take down at Morale 11 and with purple and gold equipment. Afterwards, raise the battle flag and rest at it and invest your genuine ki into leveling up your character. I just continued leveling up my fire virtue as this raises both HP and melee capabilities. From here, we can head back to the shortcut ladder and then defeat the tiger boss. It will be a slightly larger challenge given that it is Morale 11, but it still shouldn't be too bad as long as your dodges and counters are on point. My favorite combination of moves is to use the Flame Sword Wizardry, then attack with the Paired Sword Sudden Tornado move. The input for it is triangle while holding R1 on PS5, or the Y button while holding right bumper on Xbox. This move is actually really good for breaking through almost any enemy's defense or guard. After defeating the tiger boss, grab any pickups and raise the nearby battle flag to increase Fortitude to 17. You can also spend your ki points to level up your virtues. Now we'll make our way back to the battle flag near the bird boss. Rest at this flag to set it as your spawn point. At this point, it might be worth tapping into your tiger seals, which are a limited resource, in order to summon NPC allies through the game's recruitment/reinforcements mechanic. The final boss guarded battle flag is through the large pair of doors we opened up previously as a shortcut. You can try to defeat the bird boss first if you want, but it isn't necessary to complete the demo. You might also consider using your elixirs at this point, which boost your morale level until you die, at which point your morale will return to your Fortitude rank of 17. The boss that guards the last battle flag is somewhat tough and hits hard, so I recommend directing your NPC ally to draw its aggro before jumping in. You can do this by holding R1 or right bumper, then clicking up on the D-pad while locked on to the enemy you want them to attack. Once you've defeated the boss and raised the final battle flag, your Fortitude/morale should be locked at the max level of 20. The final boss in the zone is just down the hallway, however, you may want to farm the mobs in the previous chamber until you get enough genuine ki to raise your virtue level to 20, as this will make the final boss much more manageable. To that end, resting at a battle flag will cause all regular enemies to respawn. Before continuing on, if you don't want the final boss battle spoiled, you can stop watching the guide now. Otherwise, I'm going to give some tips on how to defeat this final enemy. The final boss is Zhang Liang, General of Man, and has two phases. His first phase is fairly easy. If you manage to stay on Zhang and alternate between basic attacks and the paired sword Sudden Tornado, you can stunlock him pretty well and chew through his health bar. His second phase is fairly difficult as he gets multiple new moves and is much more resilient to being stunned. You'll need to effectively alternate between blocking, special moves, and basic attacks to keep your spirit meter replenished. You'll also need to effectively time counters to Zhang's unblockable attacks, which are indicated by a red effect that appears over Zhang's center shortly before the attack. You should also try to save and use your Spirit Guardian to help during this phase. If you do all of that, it will still be tough, but it will be manageable to take down Zhang in a handful of tries. You can also try recruiting a friend through online co-op, which might just give you the numbers advantage needed to defeat this boss. Let me know what you think of this guide and if you'd want to see more content for this game in the future. If you want to see more great guides, you can head over to my channel, and if you're new, consider subscribing. You're helping me feed my cat, her name's Marshmallow. Have a great day, if you're here today, have a great Sunday, and a great week, and as always, thanks for watching.